Now they're planning to do more boycotts. And it looks weird because they're setting boycotts to last a certain amount of days. So basically, if we're boycotting some chain store, and I decide that we're going to boycott them on the 20th to the 24th, but I decide that on the 19th, I'm going to go purchase all my necessities and everything I need and then not go to that store for the next 4 days. Does that make sense? Shouldn't a boycott be permanent until there's a change instead of setting certain days? Or maybe I'm mistaken. Mark says, how are you a reverend? You ain't got a church. Well, Al Sharpton, the known informant. Hey, this is like a fact. Caught up in some felony charges and turned informant, and he's now calling himself a reverend and has been placed as a leader of our community, a moral leader for the last couple of decades. It's starting to look like corporate endorsed boycotts. That's exactly what it is. People trying to get the competition out of the way. Now, Al Sharpton's DEI boycott plan, 24-hour blackout on Friday, February 28th from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. This is the first step to counter the attack on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. He says, do not make any purchases. Do not shop online or in store. No Amazon, no Walmart, no Best Buy, no McDonald's and other fast food stores, no gas, no major retailers. Do not use credit or debit cards for non-essential spending. Try to buy all you need before Friday, February 28th. But if necessary, now, if I'm going to spend my money at these stores before February 28th, they're still getting the money. So nothing's changing. It's just meant to just be theatrics. Then it says, I bet our charlatan gets paid a hefty sum for his continued shenanigans, or at least I hope he is. Imagine getting pennies for being a chronic sellout. That's another thing. We see a lot of people losing jobs recently. Joy Reid, we'll get to that later. But Al Sharpton keep a job. He keep being allowed to come on as some type of commentator, guest, and all this other stuff. He don't lose his job. He always get more. He always go up the ladder. He fall up. But it says here, if necessary, only buy essentials of absolute necessary items such as food, medicine, emergency supplies. If you must spend, only support small local businesses. Why it matters. Corporations and banks only care about their bottom line. Disrupting the economy for even one day sends a powerful message. If they don't listen, we make the next blackout longer. Our numbers are powerful. This is how we make history. Spread the message. Yeah, all right. Mark said, the data says we are the 5th when it comes to DEI. Why boycott something they don't even benefit from? Well, we know the reason why they're using DEI as a code for black is because that's the way they feel like they can rally black people to be against Trump. Because every time Trump has talked about DEI, he hasn't necessarily said black at all. As a matter of fact, Trump has went out of his way since getting in office to make sure he supports certain things like Black History Month, even though that's something not a big deal. But he made sure to negate or try to go against some of the debunk some of the things they've thrown at him about certain black, even the military thing, the Tuskegee Airmen celebration, the video they put out. They took it down when he first got in because he was anti-DEI, but then he made them put it back up like that's not what I meant. That is American history. So he's had to go against certain narratives they push. So this is the way they believe they can convince us to be against Trump. That's DEI. Virginia says, follow the bloodline, follow the money. Mark Gordon said, white women should be boycotting, they are first. Well, you're going to see the liberal white women use black people to fight against something that benefits them. So yeah, they're gonna fight quietly. They're gonna put the battery in the black people's back, in the Democratic Party. This is another one. What to know about the February 28th economic boycott. A grassroots organization is encouraging U.S. residents not to spend any money on Friday as an act of economic resistance to protest what the group's founder sees as the malign influence of billionaires, big corporations, in both major political parties and in the lives of working Americans. Now it's both parties, huh? We can't be fooled by seeing Sambos with jobs. Remember, Stephen S. Smith revealed ESPN came to him asking would he take a cut, and never forget, a lot of those Sambos love to volunteer. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith has been honest with who he is. That's one thing I can respect. When Stephen A. Smith went in an interview and said, every day I wake up trying to figure out how I can make my bosses more money, so that I can get more money, which is him basically saying, I'm willing to try and make my bosses millions and hopefully they give me some crumbs, which was, that's the corporate mindset though. If you work in corporate America, you kind of have to have a similar mindset. That's how you're supposed to get your whatchamacallits. I'm gonna play this video, thanks to Black Alpha Network. He posted this clip of a black man coming at Al Sharpton, checking him. Let me play this. Anonymous says, all the other black men who didn't do the cut were let go by ESPN. Certainly were. But maybe it'd be better for him, I guess. All right, let me play this now.
On Thursday night, I mentioned the first wolf, which is Reverend Al Sharpton. A wolf if there's never been a wolf before. Used to be a big wolf. Now he's a modernly slim wolf, but still a wolf. He's going around leading a buy-in at Costco.
I got to pause here. He did a buy-in at Costco. He didn't say do a buy-in at some local ran black stores or nothing. He did a buy-in at Costco. So I wonder what that kickback was.
Gave 100 people $25 to go buy items at Costco. The same Reverend Al Sharpton who received $500,000 from the Kamala Harris campaign to give Kamala Harris a softball interview. And there's nothing wrong with being compensated for doing media. But there is a conflict of interest if you are doing an interview and you don't tell people that you're being paid to do the interview. He's a wolf. He's leading a buy-in at Costco because of the DEI conversation. There are lies saying now that blacks will no longer have protections under the law and they're getting rid of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. You can't do so unless you have support from the House, the Senate, and then the president. There are checks and balances that must be meted out. Amen, somebody. But what is going on, we're trying to rewire and reposition some of the mess that President Barack Obama got us in when he expanded the LBJ executive order that was drafted in 1965. He made it acceptable for transgenders and people who practice sexually deviant behaviors to receive not civil rights, but to be codified in an area where they have special rights. And so what we're doing now is trying to make sure that when you go to work, and if you're a business owner, you don't hire somebody who shows up Monday as a man, but by Friday he's a full-blown woman. And you got to sit there and watch that tranny mess up your business. And if you fire him, you'll be sued. That's what's going on. We're trying to make sure that books like this, a book entitled Worm Loves Worm, which teaches kids about same-sex marriage. We're trying to make sure that our kids don't get mentally raped and sodomized in their mind. But instead, too many black folk are on this campaign that we're losing our rights. We're not losing our rights. Matter of fact, we don't appreciate the rights that we do have. We have a right to be born. And we don't appreciate that right. That's why since 1973, 20 million of us are missing. And when you listen to the black preacher, both male and female, I would think that the black evangelist and the black missionary and the black prophetess who travels all around the country merchandising, I would think that those who merchandise the church would at least defend the honor and the sanctity of femininity, since they are a woman themselves. Going around meeting a...
Virginia says, well, LOL, shake my head. But yeah, you know, it's funny to me too, when you see those type of pastors, they don't be having that full church. Like you see these other pastors, these mega churches be having thousands of people, full packed church. But you have a few pastors that we've seen, I always bring up Pastor Darby and others, who they don't have packed churches. But you know, the truth is always a narrow road. Mark said, I hear a little Pastor Stephen Darby. Yeah, that's definitely is. Honorable. He was on their ass. Move on a little further. I want to show this because Pastor Jamal Bryant, who has a lot of salacious and controversial things in his private life, he had some comments about black Trump supporter. Let me play this right quick.
Been praying for me all week. You've been nervous all week, but I ain't afraid of the spooks that sat at the door. These runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid.
Now, I had to pause right here. He said something that was a fraudulent slip. He said these runaway Negroes who ran to the White House. And I was confused. When did the coon become the person that ran away from slavery? I'm confused by that.
Boots that sat at the door. These
Virginia says, he trying to be the new Al Charlatan?
runaway slaves hiding in the White House gonna throw my picture up thinking that I'm gonna be afraid. If you got real courage, don't show my picture. Show the picture of the one that fired the black Joint Chief of Staffs from the military. If you gonna show a picture of the CEO of Target, Walmart, McDonald's, and Amazon.
I said, this is how you know this is a thing this is a conspiracy. Because you have all these pastors and such coming together to say the same thing about the DEI thing. That's how you know there's some backdooring going on.
That does not recognize black dollars or black business. If you gonna put up a picture of the state legislators in Florida that are banning black books. If you gonna put up the picture of the one who is stealing classified information from the IRS and Social Security. If you gonna put up a picture.
I was thinking the same thing. I was about to say that. William Williams said that, why is church going out of their way to be political? I was just about to bring that up. This might be the last 8 years, and let's be honest, especially amongst black people, whenever a politician wanted to try and gain the black vote historically, they've always went to the local church, because amongst black people, regardless if we accept it or not, our culture is a Christian culture. It's a Baptist Christian culture. Our center of our community has always been Christianity. That's always been the center of it. The moral compass, the moral leader of our community. So it's not necessarily new that politics is involved with the church. It's just, I've never seen day-to-day pastors doing whole sermons on politics. That's never happened. Now, did they sometimes try and convince their congregation to vote for a particular candidate, particularly locally, especially? Yes. But they didn't spend week to week talking politics. Now they do. That's a new thing to me. At least these type of pastors, the ones that just, do all the extra, stuff that pastors do, they never really focus on this type of stuff, And the fact that he reading off the script tells you that he normally don't even talk about this stuff himself. Brian says, I hope Trump snatches his tax exempt status. Well, that wouldn't be fair to them, because what's the code? 1, 2, 3. I forgot the code for it, but yeah. Virginia said, I saw a video that was pointing out a Jew was the sponsor of the Blackout Day on yesterday. The strange relationship between the black and the Jews. They've kind of been playing the puppet master. Honestly, Virginia said, must be a new money grip for the pastors. Definitely is. But I want to show this other, because I ain't gonna go through that. He pretty much went through and called Trump a racist, basically, and the Republicans at least. I want to put this video of somebody posted this. My name is my name. He posted, remember when Pastor Jamal Bryant got ran off the block by people in Baltimore because they knew he was a fraud during the Freddie Gray riots. That's another name. These names that pop up, the Freddie Greystone thing. Remember that? He was assaulted and placed in the back of a police van, and he ended up being paralyzed or whatever. Another crazy situation. But look at this.
Man, I'll let you, man. Check this out. This is what we want to know, right? I'm the streets, man. What I want to know, man, cold-blooded, man. You, like I'm saying, man, you say you for the people. You got our people all up in your church. You know what I mean? You're supposed to lead these people, man. And I mean, I understand that y'all stuff, but you had no answers for, like, yo, man, then you come down here, like, late. Like, top off it on the ground, like 100, like 300-something days. You down here now.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. 501c3, that's it. Church is not supposed to be part of a particular candidate. Not supposed to back a particular candidate. Yeah. If they support one, if they interview or bring one candidate in, they're supposed to allow the other one to come in as well. But yeah, they can't show favoritism.
Don't come.
What'd you do for Tyrone
We don't want
West?
you nowhere in our city, yo. Like you don't need, yo. We don't even want you on our streets. Like you disrespect our streets, man. This me, PFK home. I was on the front. You disrespected up here north, and you came down there. You ain't even fighting no war with us, yo. You ain't had nothing on your show. You ain't had no guns or nothing. And then you fucking with our oppressors. What you mean, how you fucking with Roland Blake and all them, man? You trying to kill us, man.
Where were you for
That's you
Tyrone
are,
West?
man. Well, we telling you are. The streets feel like you killing us, man. All right. No, we don't want you in our fucking city now. Then get the fuck out the whole city. Is it that easy? That we can really get you the fuck out of here? No, sir. Well, you check this out, man. Don't come nowhere down here no more. Wherever PFK boom at, don't come. I know you can tell your henchmen. I know you, yo, Tinidi and all them. I know you before I seen right about all that. Get the henchmen. Don't come down here no more. Boom, said it. Me, as a man, the streets don't want you here. I'm speaking for them. So we see you here.
I want to say this because a lot of people see this as a form of some ignorance involved or whatever. But this is why I understand where the Panthers and a few other groups, they didn't prioritize, but they focused somewhere on the street elements of the people. Because they have the warrior spirit, even though unfortunately they use that spirit against our own people more often. You need those people that are willing to do stuff like that are okay with confrontation. You need that. You need people that's okay with confrontation and willing to stand in it, and whatever comes with it, it happens. But yeah, he checked him and told him not to come back, and I agree, Brian. Quiet. He didn't say a word. He was listening. Or then said, was that Jamal Bryant? Yeah. Yeah, Jamal Bryant was getting checked by a local, so... You know.